All right, Shalom. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth. Double salutations to all you Akim out there laboring, the house of David, the elect, that's pushing his word with all truth, righteousness, and sincerity. Shalom to you, brothers. I'm back at you with another quick lesson through the Holy Spirit. All right. And those rebellious briars and thorns will be burned in the fire, which is symbolic to wicked Israelites, all right? That useless vine, which consists of what? 2/3 of Israel, the direct enemies of the gospel, all right? Let's get that real quick, okay? Because I was looking up some stuff going into the briars and thorns, and I came across this. The briars and thorns are symbols of the unrighteous enemies of the Most High, okay? 2/3, man. Let's make that point. This is Isaiah. All right. This is Isaiah chapter 1 and verse 21. It says, Zion corrupted to be redeemed. All right. Isaiah chapter 1 verse 21, and it reads, how is the faithful city become an harlot? Israel played the whore, seeking after false gods and not Yahweh Shemel Shai. How is the faithful city become an harlot? It was full of judgment, righteousness lodged in it, but now murderers. All right. And when you take a look at the culture that our people have subscribed to, this black nigga culture, it promotes only nothing but death and murder. You know, like it tells you in Jeremiah chapter 2, verse 21. All right. We went from a noble plant, a holy righteous seed, you know, into a degenerate vine unto the Lord. OK. And that shows you right there how far we fell as a nation. All right. Isaiah 1 and 22, it says, thy silver is become dross. All right. Dross is is waste, is trash. You know, thy silver has become dross, thy wine mixed with water. All right. And the wine represents the truth. And it's been mixed with water going into what? These different philosophies, these false doctrines. All right. Basically, the truth has become diluted. You know, verse 23, it says, thy princes are rebellious, you see. 2/3 of Israel are a rebellious people, a rebellious nation. Thy princes are rebellious and companions of thieves. Every one loveth gifts and follow after rewards. They judge not the fatherless, neither doeth the cause of the widow come unto them. All right, because there's no truth and order amongst our people, man. You know. Verse 24, the point, it says, therefore saith the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai of hosts, the mighty one of Israel, I will ease me of my adversaries and avenge me of my enemies, man. You see? And that's 2/3. The direct enemies of the gospel. All right? Enemies of the cross, like it tells you in Philippians. You know? Verse 25, I will turn my hand upon thee and purely purge away thy dross and take away all thy tin. And that's what's going to happen, all right, when the Lord cleans up 2/3 with this nuclear destruction. Okay, he's going to purge away the dross, all right, the impurities, the trash, the rubbish. Okay, he's going to get rid of the filth amongst Israel. All right, let me get this too, since I was quoted it, but this is Philippians chapter 3. Okay, straight to the point. Philippians chapter 3, verse 18. It says, for many walk, of whom I have told you often, and now tell you even weeping, that they are enemies of the cross of Yahweh Shai. You see, 2/3 are the enemies of the cross of Yahweh Shai. Verse 19, whose end is destruction. Whose end is destruction, whose God is their belly, and whose glory is in their shame, who mind earthly things. And that's the spirit of the majority of our people. Okay? Their God is their belly, their lust, their own mind. You know, carnality, the flesh. Okay? Whose glory is in their shame, who mind earthly things, man. Okay? 2/3 of our people, they're of the flesh, man. They're not of the spirit. Okay? And their end is destruction. Going back to my point. All right? The Lord is going to make an end of those briars and thorns. They're going to be subjected to the fire. Okay, the Lord is going to get rid of that useless vine. Okay, this is Ezekiel chapter 2. All right, the prophet's call, Ezekiel chapter 2, verse 1. And it reads, Ezekiel chapter 2, verse 1, it says, And he said unto me, Son of man, stand upon thy feet, and I will speak unto thee. Verse 2. And the Spirit entered into me when he spake unto me, and set me upon my feet, that I heard him that spake unto me. Verse 3. Ezekiel chapter 2, verse 3, it says, And he said unto me, Son of man, I send thee to the children of Israel, to a rebellious nation that have rebelled against me. They and their fathers have transgressed against me, even unto this very day. Okay? Dealing with 2/3. All right? They're still in the spirit of rebellion unto this very day. All right? Because everything is still a joke, a mockery to our people. This truth is just entertainment. You know, nothing serious, you know, to our people, man. Okay, but they're going to find that out in the day of destruction. Verse 4. For they are impudent children and stiff-hearted. Okay, hard-headed. I do send thee unto them, and thou shalt say unto them, Thus saith the Lord power, Yahweh Shema Shai. Verse 5. And they say, and they whether they will hear, or whether they will forbear, for they are a rebellious house, yet shall know that there have been a prophet among them. Okay, so when these things go down, as we always repeat, you're going to know that the true prophets have been among you. You see? Verse 6, Ezekiel chapter 2, verse 6, it says, And thou, son of man, be not afraid of them, neither be afraid of their words, though briars and thorns be with thee, and thou doest dwell among scorpions. Be not afraid of their words, nor be dismayed at their looks, though they be a rebellious house. All right. So 2/3 of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Hispanics, okay, you have been likened unto briars and thorns, which are going to be destroyed. You see? Verse 7, Ezekiel 2 and 7, And thou shalt speak my words unto them, whether they will hear or whether they will forbear, for they are most rebellious. But thou, son of man, hear what I say unto thee. Be not thou rebellious like that rebellious house. Open thy mouth and eat that I give thee. And when I looked, behold, a hand was sent unto me, and lo, a roll of the book was therein. All right, we were commanded, pursuing the Revelation 10, to eat the whole roll. All right, eat this whole, digest this whole truth, man. Verse 10, it says, And he spread it before me, and it was written within and without, and there was written therein lamentations, mourning, and woe, man. All right, which is the destiny, all right, of the majority of our people, man. You know, those briars and thorns. Hebrews chapter 6, verse 8, it says, But that which beareth thorns and briars is rejected. Okay, 2/3 have been rejected, man. You see? Hebrews 6 and 8, but that which beareth thorns and briars is rejected, and is nigh unto cursing, whose end is to be burned. Okay? We read that in Philippians chapter 3, right? 3 and 19, whose end is destruction. All right? So the enemies of the Lord, their end is pure destruction, man. You're going to be burned. Okay, the Lord is going to reserve you for what? The nuclear destruction. Okay, the rebellious, that wicked, that those rebellious briars and thorns. Okay, that useless vine, man. You see? Isaiah chapter 9, verse 17, and it reads, Therefore the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai, shall have no joy in their young men, neither shall he have mercy on their fatherless and widows, for every one is an hypocrite and an evildoer, and every mouth speaketh folly. For all this his anger is not turned away, but his hand is stretched out still. Okay, and we're coming into the time of the doors of grace and mercy closing. Okay, we're in the time of the Lord's anger, the judgment. All right, it is time for thee, O Lord, to work, for they have made void thy law. Isaiah 9 and 18, for For wickedness burneth as the fire, it shall devour the briars and thorns. Okay? The wicked of Israel, the 2/3, it shall devour the briars and the thorns, and shall kindle in the thickets of the forest, and they shall mount up like the lifting up of smoke. Okay? You're going to be reserved to be burned, man, in that fire, that nuclear destruction. Okay? Like it tells you, Isaiah, 9 in that same chapter. Let me jump up. Okay? Isaiah 9:5, it says, for every battle of the warrior is with confused noise and garments rolled in blood, but this shall be with burning and fuel of fire. Okay? 2/3 are fuel to the fire, man. You see? Isaiah 51:6, straight to the point. Lift up your eyes to the heavens and look upon the earth beneath. For the heavens shall vanish away like a smoke, and the earth shall wax old like a garment, and they that dwell therein shall die like manner. You see that? So those that are left behind here. Okay, because remember, hey, the elect, they're going to be taken up into those chariots. But it says, and they that dwell therein shall die in like manner, but my salvation shall be forever, and my righteousness shall not be abolished. There you have it. It's Isaiah chapter 10, just adding on to the point of what those briars and thorns are going to be burned, man. Isaiah 10:16, and it reads, Isaiah chapter 10, verse 16, it says, therefore shall the Lord of hosts, Yahweh Shem Yahushua of hosts, send among his fat ones leanness, and under his glory he shall kindle a burning like the burning of a fire. Verse 17, and the light of Israel shall be for a fire, and his Holy One for a flame, and it shall burn and devour his thorns and his briars in one day. You see that? That's the wicked. That's the briars and thorns. They symbolize the unrighteous enemies of the Most High. Okay, you wicked niggas. Okay, you 2/3, you Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, Hispanics, that refuse to receive the correction, that refuse to repent. Okay, you're being reserved to destruction, man. Okay. Verse 18, and shall consume the glory of his forest and of his fruitful field, both soul and body, and they shall be when as a stand barrier fainteth. And the rest of the trees of his forest shall be few, which is what? The remnant, the elect, that a child may write them. You see that? So the elect, the remnant, are going to be spared. Right? Isaiah 27:2. Just making those points. Isaiah chapter 27, verse 2, it says, in that day, sing ye unto her a vineyard of red wine, and Israel is that vineyard. All right, pursuing to Isaiah chapter 5. Let's get that real quick. All right, this is Isaiah. Excuse me. This is Isaiah chapter 5 and verse 1, and it reads, now I will sing to my well-beloved, and I will sing to my well-beloved a song. And who's the well-beloved? The elect. And I will sing to my well-beloved a song of my beloved, touching his vineyard. My well-beloved have a vineyard and a very fruitful hill. Verse 2. Okay, because Israel is that vineyard. Verse 2. And he fenced it and gathered out the stones thereof, and planted it with the choicest vine, which is what? The elect. Okay? And built a tower in the midst of it, and also made a winepress therein. And he looked that it should bring forth grapes, and it brought forth wild grapes. All right, going back to the point of how the Lord gave us the law, statute, commandments, to cultivate the nation, to build us up, right? But we went from bringing forth grapes unto wild grapes, all right? And when you look this up, because we bring this out, when you go into this word wild grapes, because basically Israel became Gentiles, Okay, they became brute beasts, right? But this word for wild grapes, it says stinking or worthless things. Wild grapes stink berries. It says poison berries, wild grapes, and that's how the nation degenerated. All right, our people took on the ways of the heathen, became like Gentiles, like brute beasts. All right, those wild plants, if you will. You see, just wanted to make that point. But that's how we went from that noble vine to that degenerate plant. Okay, but going back, just wanted to make that point. Isaiah chapter 27, verse 2. In that day sing ye unto her a vineyard of red wine. Verse 3. I, the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai, do keep it. I will water it every moment, lest any hurt it. I will keep it night and day. All right. And the Lord said in Sirach 24 that he would water his best garden. All right. Which is the elect. Let's make that point real quick. This is Sirach 24, Ecclesiasticus chapter 24, verse 30. And it reads, it says, I also came out as a brook from a river and as a conduit into a garden. Verse 31. I said, I will water my best garden, the elect. I said, I will water my best garden. I will water abundantly my garden bed. And lo, my brook became a river, and my river became a sea. All right, which represents, all right, the abundance of the overflow of this water, this knowledge that's going out. All right, just to make that point, but going back, right? Isaiah 27:3 again. I, the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai, do keep it. I will water it every moment, lest any hurt it, and I will keep it night and day. So the Lord is going to keep the elect. The point, verse 4, Isaiah 27:4. Fury is not in me. Who will set the briar and thorns against me in battle? I will go through them. I will go through them. I will burn them together, right? So the briars and the thorns are going to be burned together, all right? You rebellious Israelites, because we're in the time of that harvest. All right, the harvest is ripe. Let's get that too. All right, Matthew chapter 13. Okay. And the Lord is coming to separate the wheat from the tares. Right? Matthew chapter 13, verse 38, straight to the point. It says, the field is the world, the good seed are the children of the kingdom, the elect, the righteous, but the tares are the children of the wicked one. Okay? Esau, you know, and also 2/3, man. You know? It says, verse 39, the enemy that sowed them is the devil, and the harvest is the end of the world. You see? The harvest is the end of the world, and we are at the end of the world. And the reapers are the angels. Right? Verse 40, as therefore the tares are gathered and burned in the fire, so shall it be in the end of this world. You see? The Son of Man shall send forth his angels. They shall gather out his kingdom, all things that offend, and them which do iniquity, and shall cast them into the furnace of fire. There should be wailing and gnashing of teeth, man. You see? So the harvest is right. Let's get one more. Okay. Right, Revelation chapter 14, straight to the point. All right, Revelation chapter 14, verse 15. And another angel came out of the temple, crying with a loud voice to him that sat on the cloud, thrust in thy sickle and reap, for the time is come for thee to reap, for the harvest of the earth is ripe. All right, so the angels are getting ready to reap. All right, the angels, the chariots are here. The Lord is putting the spirit on these world leaders to pretty much activate World War III. All right, the missiles are coming. You know, the harvest is the end of the world, man. The great destruction. Revelation 14 and 16, and he that sat on the cloud thrust in his sickle on the earth, and the earth was reaped. Okay, so that's the time we in, man. You know, but I pray that this lesson was edifying. You know, just wanted to bring this out. All right. Israel is that 2/3 of our people are that useless vine. You know, those briars and thorns that are destined to be burned. All right, that destruction. Giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Kakwadash, double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone who taught me this truth, and double salutations to all you Akim out there laboring. A shalom. Shalom.